Today is the 6th of December 2012, and 22 years ago, Ace and the Doctor walked off into the sunset for the last time, and the classic series came to an end. It's a significant date for me. Not at the time, I was 5, I didn't have a clue what Doctor Who was. All I knew was it was a scary programme I wasn't allowed to watch. The only thing I had seen was a tech trap jumping out at Sylvester McCoy in Part 3 of Time Lorani.
Hello. Haven't I seen you hanging around somewhere?
But it meant that I would be the first generation since, well, before my dad, who had grown up without a Doctor being on TV. Thankfully for me, I had access to a public library, and they had a collection of about 40 or 50 of the novels in hardback. So I was able to enter the world of Doctor Who as a child through the likes of Terence Dicks and Malcolm Hulke. It was becoming dark inside the circle of stones. There was no sound except the rustle of the wind in the nearby trees and the occasional cawing of the crows. Romana paced uneasily to and fro, wishing the Doctor would return. She sensed rather than heard movement behind her and whirled round. Her eyes widened. "Doctor, where have you been?" She stared into the dusk. "Doctor, are you all right? You want me to come with you?" Kicking off her useless shoes, Romana began walking across the circle, as if drawn by some invisible force. The compulsion led her across the moor, through the trees, and along a rutted path that ended at the top of a cliff. Romana walked slowly to the very edge of the cliff, and looked down. Far below, the sea was pounding on jagged rocks. She turned. "What is it, Doctor? Why have you brought me here?" She backed away. "Doctor, what's the matter? Hey!" Her eyes widened, and she screamed. "No! Doctor, no!" She took another step backward, into nothingness. Desperately, she tried to recover her balance, but it was too late. With a scream of terror, she pitched over the edge of the cliff. And then, of course, we had VHS. Remember these? This was one of my first, enabling me to catch up with Doctors from the past, making up for the lack of a Doctor in the present. We had the Paul McGann TV movie that came and went, and other things like Big Finish, all of which bridged the gap between me being a little kid and a student when Doctor Who finally came back to our TV screens. And thankful though I am that it is here, the 6th of December always reminds me that Doctor Who went off the air for a while, and it will do again. I don't know, maybe 5, 10 years in the future, maybe sooner, I don't know. And then it'll come back, and then it'll go, and it'll come back, and then it'll go. And there'll be books, and there'll be DVDs in between, for the next generation of people like me.